How did you get into art?
It's an interesting question.
Inspiration?
I was very lucky because when I grew up, my family were all collectors of things, my grandparents especially, and I had a great aunt who was an absolutely encyclopedic resource about furniture and styles and all that type of thing. So I learnt a lot from her. And the other nice thing was that nothing was particularly precious. I actually grew up with things, using things, and as a consequence I myself became a collector. Well, in fact, I probably became a hoarder rather than a collector. I just acquired things, a lot of things, and it started kind of in my bedroom at home, and then it kind of just expanded from that. And then when I had my own space, obviously I expanded and acquired things. But in fact, I had a relatively traditional career. I was in the law, and then I was in banking. But my passion and my love was always objects and fine art. I used to love visiting country houses, national trust museums, all that type of things. And it appealed on lots of levels. It appealed on an aesthetic level, but also on an intellectual level, because I love to do all the research about things like that. And then later on in my career, when I had my midlife crisis, which I had relatively early in my 30s, I was lucky to be in a position I could kind of choose what I wanted to do. And I kind of remembered all the things that my great aunt had taught me and how it was very important to touch and be with objects to fully appreciate them. So I in fact got in touch with Christie's, the auction house, and I really, really, really wanted to be a porter. I wanted to be one of the people that carries the things about to the sales in the stockroom, because then I thought that would be great fun. I'll be able to, not play with all the things, but really get to touch these amazing objects which normally you can't trust.
Without hoarding them.
Without hoarding them, and obviously because I couldn't afford most of them. And they were very kind to me, and I really, really tried hard for them to employ me to do this. But they kept telling me that I was a little bit overeducated, what's the word? Overqualified, yeah, to do that particular job. Yeah. But in fact, I did then go and work for Christie's, and I was very lucky. I had some of the fantastic projects. I got to go into all the different departments. I got to see how the company itself worked. I got to see how all the experts worked, how they did their research, all that type of thing. So it was really, really fascinating. And then I got to the stage where, again, I either had to stay with them, which I loved, but I really, really wanted to kind of have my own business as well. So I thought about having a business in England, but I'd always been in this part of the world, in Provence, in Cotignac, on my holidays. And I was here on holiday one year, and I thought, oh no, if I'm going to have a shop, because that's what I thought it would be, I'm going to have a shop down here. And as a consequence, I never went back to England or London, and I just stayed ever since then. And I was very lucky. I found cute little premises. I actually started in what was basically a lock-up garage, and then just developed it from there. And it was mainly furniture. It wasn't so much fine art. But then as I developed the business, and as I met my husband, John, and we got together, we found that our clients were asking more and more for fine art, for pictures. And it was something that we really got quite passionate about, because it encapsulated all those things which I really loved about doing the research, having emotion with an object, all that type of thing. And that's how the galleries came about.
Very cool.